Well guys, in IELTS listening, we have another important type of questions, which is what we call flowchart completion. Usually in part 3 with multiple choice questions, you get matching, usually. But otherwise, it can be flowchart or it can be any other type of questions as well. They don't give 10 out of 10 in part 3 and all 10 questions are multiple choice. But if you are unlucky, one of my students complained in one listening test, there were 24 multiple choice questions. 24. Part 2 full of multiple choice. Part 3 multiple choice. Some in part 1 also. So, किस्मत खराब हो तो फिर कुछ नहीं कह सकते. Okay? But again, it depends on luck, the test they give you on that day. So, that is why your practice should be quite extensive practice, especially listening. Therefore, I recommend you to focus book number 9 to 16 and then we have Cambridge official guide and all that. So, you should focus these books, okay. I'll share all the books with you, you can just see that. One word only, assignment plan. Now, just think about assignment plan, one word only, and the first part does not have any question, right. So, you don't need to read that. Come to the next one. By the way, in the first part, you can just see is there a relationship between hours of sleep and number of dreams. So, just underline hours and number of dreams so that you know audio has reached here. Now, decide on sample 12 students from the dash department. Very simple. Answer is subject. 12 students from English department, 12 students from philosophy department, 12 students from whatever, right? So, it's going to be the department name and you'll find the answer. Let's do it.
So, shall we plan what we have to do for this assignment?
Okay.
First, we have to decide on our research question. So, how about, is there a relationship between hours of sleep and number of dreams?
Okay. Then we need to think about who we'll do the study on. About 12 people?
Right. And shall we use other psychology students?
Let's use people from a different department. What about history?
Yes, they might have interesting dreams. Or literature students.
I don't really know any.
Okay, forget that idea.
See, then you will laugh, huh? Gumate, phirate, and then they just take us back. First they said psychology, but that was not actually the answer. So the answer is different department. Wrong. How come? How come you write here 12 students from different department? They only said that let's select students from a different department. And then they talked about history. That is the answer. Okay, different is not the answer. I just wanted to check. Yeah, chor pakadna tha maine. I knew some of you would have written this thing. I play it again, please.
So, shall we plan what we have to do for this assignment?
Okay.
First, we have to decide on our research question. So, how about, is there a relationship between hours of sleep and number of dreams?
Okay. Then we need to think about who we'll do the study on. About 12 people?
Right. And shall we use other psychology students?
Let's use people from a different department. What about history?
Yes, they might have interesting dreams.
Okay.
Or literature students.
I don't really know any.
Okay, forget that idea.
Alright, literature students. I don't know any. Okay, forget that idea. Right? So you just need to see what is right, what is wrong. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. History is the right answer, by the way, not literature even. Then decide on methodology, self-reporting. Question number 26. Decide on procedure. Answers on dash. Answers on something. Right? Maybe answers on something. Now, wherever they are going to write their answers, that will be the answer. Right? Very simple.
Then we have to think about our methodology. So we could use observation, but that doesn't seem appropriate.
No. It needs to be self-reporting, I think. And we could ask them to answer questions online.
But in this case, paper might be better, as they'll be doing it straight after they wake up. In fact, while they're still half asleep.
Right.
First answers online, but then she said in this case on paper. Exactly. So the answer is paper. Good. See, answers are very simple, but the way they talk about them, we got to just find out. Question number 27. Check ethical guidelines for working with dash. Ethical guidelines working with dash, maybe type of people, working with dash or with someone and all that. So working with, focus working with.
And we'll have to check the ethical guidelines for this sort of research.
Because our experiment involves humans, so there are special regulations.
Yes.
Our experiment involves humans and there are special regulations about that. So check ethical guidelines for working with humans. HUMANS, right? Okay. Question number 28. Ensure that risk is assessed and dash is kept to a minimum. Something which should be kept to a minimum. That will be your answer. Something is kept to a minimum. For minimum, they can use any other word. Let's see.
I had a look at those for another assignment I did. There's a whole section on risk assessment and another section on making sure they aren't put under any unnecessary stress.
Let's hope they don't have any bad dreams.
Yeah.
Unnecessary stress. So, and dash is kept to a minimum. Dash is kept to a minimum means stress is kept to a minimum. For kept to a minimum, they use the word unnecessary stress. Good. Question number 29. Analyze the results. Calculate the correlation and make a dash. Calculate and make something. For make, they can use the word draw or any other word. Calculate and something.
Then, when we've collected all our data, we have to analyze it and calculate the correlation between our two variables. That's time sleeping and number of dreams. And then present our results visually in a graph.
Then present our results visually in a graph. So in a graph and make a graph is the answer, right? Okay, question number 30. Dash the research. Last thing. Something you have to do with the research. Dash the research, right? Let's see what they say about it.
Right, and the final thing is to think about our research and evaluate it. So that seems quite straightforward.
Yeah.
Think about our research and evaluate. Now, if you can't write think about the research because think about, they are two words. So the question type is one word. So the answer is evaluate. That's right. Good. Evaluate. I play it again.
Right, and the final thing is to think about our research and evaluate it.
Okay.
So that seems quite straightforward.
Yeah.
All right. Evaluate. They said evaluate it. So the word it is for research. And by the way, we are doing one word only. So the answer is evaluate.